What is good, Internet? It is Spirit of Paradox here and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be covering Ultimate Wolverine issue number 3 and 4. And in these two issues, we get to see a lot. We see some familiar faces, we get to see some of Ultimate Wolverine's past, we get to see some grisly fight scenes, and we get a bonkers cliffhanger at the end. So if you guys are fans of the Ultimate Universe, this is the channel you want to be on. We cover the original and the new on the channel, so make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Let's begin. The story begins on a snowy night, 17 miles outside of Smolensk, and we see a hooded figure waiting by the fire for a meeting. And whoever this person is meeting has just arrived. A car pulls up, and two people come outside. A man wearing a brown coat with a red eye and an eye patch, and a woman phasing through the car door, here to meet this hooded figure. The man with the eye patch asks the hooded figure, "You know the time, yeah?" And she responds, It is the D-Day of B battle. Ain't it always?" And the woman that the man came with asks, "Who sent you here?" "The Archangel. I escaped Republic control and was recruited outside of Warsaw. I want to fight. Not to question his choices, but I need a driver. Last one got killed in a raid. Don't need more combat boots, so..." "Stop it," the woman interrupts. "We need all the help we can get. But yeah, can you drive?" "Da, I can do many things." As the hooded figure takes her hood off, we find out it's actually Natasha Romanoff, who would typically be known as the Black Widow. In the next page, we follow up with Ultimate Wolverine, and he's on a mission, and he's in an abandoned sewer tunnel network beneath Smolensk. He basically sniffs the area, and he has guards behind him, and then runs down the tunnel. All of this was the work of two North American expatriates who joined forces with the opposition in resistance of the Eurasian supremacy. In a raid last week, we successfully eliminated an opposition vehicle en route to Rasputingrad. However, Remy LeBeau and Catherine Pride, our targets, survived. Only the driver, Grigor, was killed. This man, LeBeau, was responsible for the Mikhail massacre last spring in Novosibirsk that took the life of leader Mikhail Rasputin. This is but a start of LeBeau's work. Each of these events, each claimed countless Republic lives and property. This past month, we have also lost a prized possession of the Republic, Natasha Romanova. We believe she may be with the opposition. Reliable intelligence suggests that LeBeau, Pride, and Romanova are nearby an opposition base. This is why we have assembled you, the Republic's finest, to go in and destroy their operations. The soldiers follow Wolverine into the tunnels, but speak among themselves. "Psst, did any of you get these too? Huh? Adamantium bullets. Oh, yeah, we all got them, just in case." And I believe Ultimate Wolverine overheard this. And the thing is, Ultimate Wolverine notices something down the tunnels. These pink glowing orbs seem to be showing. But one of the soldiers uses his special goggles and says, "Those are chess pieces." Chess pieces lining the tunnel, and we see Wolverine continue to sniff the area out. "All queens. Why are they glowing?" the soldier asks. But the thing is, Ultimate Wolverine just grabs the man. "Hey, what? Why is he grabbing?" And before he could do anything, Wolverine grabs him with both of his arms. Hey! Hey, wait a minute! The soldier screams as Ultimate Wolverine throws him down the tunnel, using him as bait because he knows that the tunnel is lined with Gambit's explosives. The man tries to inspect, but before he could, he realizes what's about to happen. Oh shit. The chess piece explodes and incinerates the man all the way down to the bone, killing him instantly. And Ultimate Wolverine knew something like this was going to happen, as we see loads of pieces of shrapnel and debris rain over the soldiers and Wolverine in the tunnel. In the next page, we follow up with the Resistance, and Catherine Pryde says, "Okay, the truck's loaded, we just need to," and boom. "What was that?" she asks. "The mines. Badman's here." "Fuck," she says. "Them mines will slow them down, but we got to get moving like yesterday," Gambit says. "Copy. Natasha, get the truck started. We're leaving now." "On it," she says. As Natasha gets the truck ready, we see Gambit and Kitty Pryde have a close moment together. "Stay here up front. You know where to go. I'd get us lost 5 feet in any direction." "You'll be okay?" "Come on. I always slip through," as we see Catherine phase through the wall and give Gambit a kiss. "You got my blood boiling yet again, mon ami. Keep it on simmer for me." As Black Widow comes in with the truck, she interrupts the moment and says, "Oh, come on. I just escaped. Tell me you don't want me to get caught," she says. Ultimate Gambit gets the troops ready and shouts, "Cover that door. Gimme guns. Go, go." And he asks one of the people there, "What do we have coming?" "Nothing good, Remy. It's one man." "One man? Look. This is crazy. He's just got knives." "It looks that way, yes." "This don't feel good. Man, why ain't that truck moved? We gotta get going," says Gambit. As Ultimate Wolverine begins to cut through the metal doors, we see that Natasha's having problems with the truck. "Come on, turn on," and we hear Gambit shout, "Hey, we best get this show on the road. We want to see another day, yeah?" And Wolverine, he's just cutting through the doors like they're made out of clay. Gambit knows what is about to happen, and he gets ready to dish out an attack. But the thing is, Ultimate Wolverine kicks down the door, and he's also ready for a fight. My, what big claws you have," says Gambit. Wolverine cuts through the Resistance guarded soldiers like they're nothing. They all scream no as Wolverine cuts them into pieces, but he knows what he's there for, and he goes for the truck. But luckily, Gambit is there waiting for him, and he throws his cards at Wolverine. Ultimate Wolverine does something we don't normally see any Wolverine do, and he gets on all fours and runs after the truck. As Ultimate Gambit throws his cards at him, he doesn't seem to do anything against Wolverine here. Gambit gets back in the truck, and Natasha says to him, "That was close. Too close. Too close. I knew a guy with claws like that once. Bone instead. Dead now. But used to give me a divisions, you know?" And we see Ultimate Wolverine has successfully managed to catch up to the truck and gets on board. Natasha asks, "Is he still pursuing?" "I hit that Rognigru with the royal flush. Ain't nobody coming back from that," says Gambit. But unfortunately, we see Wolverine is at the back of the truck, and he uses one of his claws to open up the hatch. "No," says the woman. "The Rasputins have no right to these children. They are..." And before she could finish her sentence, Wolverine takes out his claws, and she says, "Oh my God, Logan!" Catherine Pride tells the children to get down as she gets ready to deal with Logan. Wolverine straight up goes in for the attack and tries to stab her through the stomach with his claws. "Logan, stop. Logan, if that's you, I don't know what's happened to you. But if it is, why don't you remember me?" As we see Catherine put her hand on Wolverine's face, he begins to remember his past. As Catherine Pride puts her fingers through Wolverine's head, Cassandra Nova style from Deadpool and Wolverine, it begins to free up old memories of Logan's past. "Why don't you remember?" she says, as Wolverine sees images of how he used to hunt with wolves, of when he found love, when he was a boy, being experimented on, fighting sentinels, and also seeing Ultimate Colossus. "No," he tries to say through his muzzled mask, but he doesn't get the words out. And we see Catherine kick Ultimate Wolverine off the truck as she says, "I'm sorry." "Until we meet again," she says, as the truck gets away from Ultimate Wolverine. But the thing is, now that Ultimate Wolverine's mind has partially been freed, he's lingering on her final words. "Logan, why don't you remember?" And that is where Ultimate Wolverine issue number 3 ends. So that was Ultimate Wolverine issue number 3. We are about to begin issue number 4, but before we do that, I would like to say, if you are enjoying the video, make sure you drop a like, and if you are new, subscribe. And also, for this particular issue, there is a narration of what is going on in one scene, but we actually see something completely different going on in another scene. So we basically hear what's going on with Wolverine, but we actually see a wolf and a polar bear having a very brutal fight in the snowy forests. So don't get confused, it will all make sense by the end of the issue. Let's begin. The story begins with people in a room with Wolverine, and we see a wolf hunting for food out in the snowy forests. So I'm going to explain the narration. Why is he twitching? Heart rate's increasing. Get Dr. Prostovich quickly. Don't. The brain scan is... Fuck the brain scan. Look at him. Look at the claws. He's convulsing. Where's Dr. Prostovich? This is her specimen. Maybe we should call the guards. His brain is lighting up. Is he looking at me? He's sedated, I assure you. He's not looking at... Holy fuck, he is. We need more. We should call the guards. Would you look at these EGG readings? His eyes, they're... Where are the guards? Aren't we supposed to have guards? I've never seen him like this before. Is he hurt? It sounds like he's in pain. Can we add sedative? He's pumped full of enough sedative to knock King Kong off his feet. We need guards, and where the fuck is Dr. Prostovich? Oh god, look at his heart rate. Check the other. He's going into cardiac arrest. We need to... Why the fuck is he staring at me? Get him out of the chamber. No, we can't. He stays in the chamber until we have guards. There's no time. You want to explain this to the Rasputins if he dies? I don't care. Have you seen what he's done to Andreev? His claws. They're reacting. I'm opening the chamber. No, absolutely not. Are you trying to kill us all? This man may die. We need to... Heart rate's dropping. Blood pressure, he's bottoming out. We need to administer medical... This is crazy, I can't do this. If you don't like it, you can leave. But you'll need to answer for it. I think you know that. How much sedative do we need to pump into the chamber? We've administered 800 milligrams of it. What? Are you trying to kill this man? It's what we've been giving him. Open the chamber. Now. Wait. Just wait. Where are the guards? We need. Then activate a sentinel unit. We can't. Dr. Prostovich has the access key. And as we see, this is where the fight between the wolf and the polar bear begins. Opening chamber. Keep an eye on vitals. The claws. What the fuck? He's looking at me again. He's returning to normal. Then close the chamber now. Dr. Prostovich is en route. She's... Oh, for God's sake. Look at his hands. He's... Are the guards coming? I don't even know what this reading means. Can we shut the chamber? This is when Ultimate Wolverine breaks out of his containment chamber. Look out! Emergency! Hit the emergency! Oh my God, that was close. When Prostovich gets here, we have to report. Right. Give him sedative. He's... Oh, fuck. Can he break through the door? His fists? No. His claws? I'm not so sure. Why does he keep staring at me? The chamber must be secure, no? Can we try to get the guards again, please? Oh, calm yourself. He can't get through. I don't know how you sound so sure, but look at the specimen. He's... The sedative. Give him the sedative. This never happens with Urus, Krylenko, or Petronova. How far is Prostovich? This is getting out of hand. His heart rate is increasing. I don't give a fuck about his heart rate. Look at the specimen. No, it's cracking. I'm leaving. I'm not, but what about the sedative? The chamber will hold. You want to test that theory? One of the men gets on the radio and says, "This is Ratskova in lab HK180. We need guards now." Another 600 milligrams of sedative. His eyes. He's not stopping. Guards, we need guns. It's the glass. Hit the alarm. He shattered the glass. Why is he just standing there? Nobody move. This is Ratstakova. Where the hell are the guards? He's turning his head. Why is he looking at me? He's... The claws. My God. He's going to kill us. This was supposed to be routine. He's still... Move. We need to evacuate. He's just killed. The blood. The guards. Oh, thank God he's killing the guards. We need sentinel units. No, please. The guards enter the room. He's going through. They can't stop him. Shoot him. And this is where Dr. Prostovich walks in. I'm sorry I'm late, soldier. Doctor, he's gone completely berserk. Winter Soldier, stop. I command you to stop. Where's my hand? Shouts one of the people in the room. I can control him. Then do it. He's an animal. Winter Soldier. How is he... So, I don't actually know why Chris Condon has made most of this issue about a wolf hunting in the forest and then fighting a polar bear. I mean, I'm not complaining because it was absolutely fantastic to look at, even though it's potentially hinting towards Sabretooth, I believe, in this universe. But I could be wrong about that. But yeah, gotta say, like, the fight scene between this wolf and this polar bear is pretty gnarly, and I absolutely love it. Let's continue. In this page, we finally get to see what the narration throughout the first half of this comic was leading to. So we know that Wolverine was in containment and we heard these men or these doctors, I should say, that were in the room talking and then slowly fucking up and panicking. So now we finally get to see the aftermath of Wolverine killing the guards and Dr. Prostovich pulling up to the scene. And I've got to say, yet again, another fantastic drawing here. Wolverine looks like an absolute devil, and he's just see loads of dead bodies, and I get that Ultimate Universe feel from the old one. So, absolutely fantastic here. Dr. Prostovich says the word Sputnik, and it makes Ultimate Wolverine docile. Good. Very good. Guards, chain the hands, she says. Are you sure that's a good idea? Do as I say. Yes, Doctor. Quickly now. And again, the artwork of this image of Wolverine, top notch. Fantastic. Now that the guards have Wolverine restrained, Dr. Prostovich says, "Come, follow me." Dr. Prostovich, what the hell happened? I was under the impression that the Winter Soldier was controlled. Something had happened on his last mission. Something in its brain. Maybe a chip got fried. Either way, we need to re-establish control. I cannot survive another. Control, Doctor? The sedatives do nothing. He's wild. I'm not talking about sedatives. I'm talking about her. It's never been one of points of control, but 3 sedatives, re-education and manipulation and telepathy. One leaves, breaks, another holds. Whatever tether is still there, we must have her reinforce it. Doctor, if you're talking about who I think you're talking about, use must be sanctioned. I will ask for forgiveness later, says Dr. Prostovich, and she goes on a computer to activate something. Prostovich, Alonia, destination, Cerebellum, code K7M9. A tight enclosed space beneath the earth. With this monster? What could possibly go wrong, says the doctor. And we see they go to this place underground in the earth, and they see this giant orb with some sort of pattern around it. Careful, watch your step. I've never been this deep inside the Kremlin, says the doctor. Be glad you haven't. Good things do not happen here, Sergei. Not at the center of the earth, as we see Dr. Prostovich activate a button to open this dome. Wait a moment. It's been a while since I've been here, but... there we go. Light. Here is the solution to your problem, Winter Soldier. Whatever you did out there nearly severed our link, but we can fix that. She can fix that. The Phoenix specimen. She will fix your broken mind. And we find out this woman who's hooked up to the machine is Ultimate Jean Grey. And not only that, she's hooked up to the brain of Ultimate Charles Xavier of this Ultimate Universe. And that is where Ultimate Wolverine issue number 4 ends. We do have an additional page that adds in a lot of lore about the brain of Charles Xavier. So I'm going to go through this real quickly, and then I'm going to talk about the comics afterwards. Transcription of private dictation logs of Dr. Alonia Prostovich, Director of Science and Technology for archival purposes. Classified. Entry X 25072. A few notes on Cerebellum, Xavier and Phoenix Grey. The Charles Xavier body remained in a freezer beneath the Kremlin for some years after his death under purview of Director X. Nobody quite knew what to do with it. I had read the files concerning the Xavier specimen, and found them captivating. Between Eric, Ultimate Magneto, the so-called Magneto specimen, and he, they could have controlled the world. Their powers seemed to be boundless, beyond imagination. Thus, they were deemed Omega-level mutants. None of this class of mutant currently exists, and the one known specimen who resides in Republic control, there is, strangely, very little written about Xavier, Magneto, or Omega-level mutants. But what little there is, I have used to further my studies on Homo superior and their further application for weaponization in the service of the Eurasian Republic. I received proper clearance, of course, and proceeded to remove the brain from the Xavier specimen's body. It seems that in life, Xavier's body was tragically weak, while his brain, in turn, massively powerful. If it was preserved well enough, I figured that I could use that powerful brain for Republic purposes. We also had in our custody the Jean Grey specimen. We have nicknamed her the Phoenix specimen, in reference to her latent abilities and possible extraterrestrial possession. I cover this extensively in the Phoenix designation file. See also the Poltava incident. However, the Phoenix specimen is so supremely powerful, it is necessary to keep her fully sedated and under control at all times. Confined to the cerebellum, she is fed and hydrated intraversely with the minimum essentials to survive. Due to her inactivity, her muscles have atrophied to such an extent that it renders her body useless. Even if she, this all-powerful figure, did break free from the cerebellum, how could she escape when her legs would surely not carry her? The Phoenix specimen necessitated a certain amount of suggestion. As she must remain in a sedated state, it occurred to me that the way she was able to utilize the Xavier specimen to her control, further hoisting the Xavier specimen, rather its disembodied brain, high above the Phoenix specimen in the cerebrum, we allowed it to soothe, direct, and amplify the Phoenix's abilities through a targeted electrical impulses. It's the perfect system, really. We control her, and she, in turn, controls the designated specimens. Further amplification is provided by the spherical shell of the cerebellum itself. See the cerebellum designated file. We have thus far utilized the Phoenix specimen to control Eurus, Krylenko, and the Petronova specimens, to varying success. Our greatest success has been with the Winter Soldier specimen. She seems to calm him down in ways that others do not experience. I shall look further into this anomaly. End of dictation. So that was Ultimate Wolverine issue number 3 and 4, and I have got to say, both were really good. I am enjoying this run so far, pretty much in every way, shape or form. I'm being surprised, I'm seeing familiar faces and characters again, I'm seeing a lot of carnage with Ultimate Wolverine, and the story is really, really captivating. So, when it comes down to issue number 3, we pretty much got to see Ultimate Gambit, Kitty Pryde, and Natasha Romanoff, who would typically be Black Widow. And we also got to see in this issue where this wolf is basically going out on a hunt and basically fights a polar bear, and their eyes are glowing. So I think Chris Condon is probably teasing something when it comes down to the next issue. I think it's the next issue where we have Ultimate Sabretooth joining the story, or maybe it might be the next one, but I think that wolf might have something to do with Ultimate Sabretooth, or that bear mutant character. I don't know the character's name, but they could turn into a bear. Typically in Marvel, they're a mutant. Somebody let me know who that character is, but I have a feeling it might be related to Ultimate Sabretooth. Then at the very end, we got to see Ultimate Jean Grey in Director X's version of Cerebro, but they call it the Cerebellum or something like that. And basically, we see Jean Grey's hooked up to it, and we see her hooked up to the brain of this universe's ultimate Charles Xavier. So that was a very shocking end, and we also did get a lore page explaining the matter, and we also got a reference to Ultimate Magneto in this universe as well. And Dr. Prostovich in that note says that these two together could have been the most powerful beings in the new Ultimate Universe of 6160. And that makes me want to know more about this world of mutants, and I really can't wait to see what they do with Ultimate Magneto. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see where they can go with this. Charles Xavier is dead in this universe, so I think it was Red Empire, shout out Red Empire, I think you made a comment about, I hope this run doesn't turn into your favorite characters getting simultaneously killed off. I think that's what's going on, because I think Marvel wants to stick with Peach Momoko's vision. I guess they're like, yo, you can kill off as many classic characters as you want. I don't know how I feel about that, because that means we can't get a new iteration of the classic X-Men that we all know and love, and that worries me. But I'm still willing to see how it all goes. But overall, I really enjoyed these two issues. I hope you guys did as well. If you guys did or didn't, please let me know in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. And if you're new, subscribe. And I shall see you in the next one, which should hopefully be my Marvel Legends custom Ultimate Thor, and some other older Ultimate Universe content as well. But until then, take care.